Sairam, offering my love, most humble pranams and immense gratitude in the loving lotus feet of our dear Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba. I would like to welcome everyone to the graduation ceremony here today. And before we get started, I just want to thank Swami for bringing us all together over here and holding our hands, leading us to this graduation ceremony, giving us this another incredible, successful year of this beautiful program called Sri Satya Sai Educare, or as we all call it, SSSE, which is the easiest way to pronounce and abbreviation. I would like to thank all the parents over here who have enrolled their children here in this program, trusted us, and bring their children here every week, every class, every activity. And their commitment is valuable, and we are really thankful for that. And the most important piece of this puzzle, this system, our teachers, our dear teachers who are selflessly serving here just because they love Swami, and they are here every week and they are teaching our children, teaching them Swami's values, the living skills, the value-based system. And it's not just the 1 hour that they spend here teaching our children, it's the things that go behind the scenes, the preparation in the lessons that they prep for every week, the activities that the students are engaged in, and working with them one-on-one off hours behind the scenes for all the presentations, Ashtotram presentations, not bhajan offerings, and teaching them the bhajans, making sure that they are up to the mark and they are able to offer it with quality. And besides that, all the other curricular activities, extra activities that go in like our students have been engaged in service projects, as well as the global Akhand Bhajan offerings, Sai reflection offerings, Swami's birthday offerings, all the multi-faith offerings that are happening here day in and day out, and we are thankful for our teachers for all of that service. With that, I would also like to thank our dear brothers Surya and Sarv Lakshmi, and I don't think they are here today, but they have been a great pillar here for us in leading the parenting study circles twice every month and leading us into learning Swami's teachings on how we can be better parents and how we can be better parents to our children, how we can give them those values. And with that, we will get started with our graduation ceremony. I would like to call upon Sister Gauri, our pre-SSE teacher. Pre-SSE, as you know, is the first group that we have here, and we are, I think we have around 13 children in this group, and the teachings are done by way of art and craft and bhajans and all the fun activities that you can think of that a 5-year-old or a younger kid would just love to have. And we are very thankful to Sister Gauri for that. We have 2 pre-SSE students graduating this year. I call upon
Sairam, everyone. My most humble and grateful salutations to the feet of our dear Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Good afternoon, everyone. As Sister Mona just rightly pointed out, pre-SSSE is the stepping stone to Satya Sai Educare. It actually started as, if you actually go to the official website, there's no Sai Nursery or pre-SSSE. This is actually one of those sections that was added as just so we can accommodate the younger siblings of students who actually go to the older classes. Over the years, it has become part of our curriculum. To be said that, we have graduates coming out of graduates who have actually completed the entire program but they started as pre-SSSE students. One of them is graduating today, so out of SSSE. So it's a beautiful program. As Sister Mona mentioned, we use this program to primarily get them to just sit for an hour. That's our only goal. We don't have high expectations from them. This is because, when they go to group 1, they should be able to sit through the class, and and that is our only expectation. But it is so beautiful to see them grow. This program has become so important that we have as young as 3-year-olds in our class, 2.5-year-olds. I respectfully say, please, 2.5 is a little too young, and but we have 3-year-olds and above. And this year we have 2 graduating students. The first one is Adya Karnati. So Adya started pre-SSSE last year. She came to a few lessons, but it was a little intimidating because as it could be for a young 4-year-old child to just start. But this year she bloomed beautifully because she was one of the older ones in class. In fact, Sister Mona said, it's supposed to be for a 1 year. It's supposed to be only for kindergarten. But because we have younger kids, we have 13 registered children in this year. It's one of the biggest lessons that I've ever handled. But we have about 9 regular students, 8 to 9 regular students. And Adya is one of the older, mentors, in fact, in the class. She sits through. She's very patient in letting the others answer. She will not jump in. She will raise her hand, and then she will assist others. So she's perfectly ready for group 1. She knows, and she can sit through the lessons. She understands Swami's human values, and we are very, very happy that she is finishing pre-SSE and she's graduating to group 1. Yeah, and we have made portfolios. This is all the artwork that they do during pre-SSSE, the entire year. It's very hard to actually get this back from the kids because every week when they finish it, I have some students who actually say, I want to take it home. Like, well, we want to give it at the end of the year. So, Adya, this is all the work that you did this entire year. Okay? Have fun in group 1. Yeah? Ruchita auntie is going to be awesome. She's getting a very nice student in her class. Okay? Thank you so much. The next student who unfortunately could not be here today is Vedant Narasimhan. Vedant, some of you, Vedant is actually SI child. He is Nina's son. Nina is a young adult who grew up in this, or who probably was part of the center even when we were in Lakshminarayan Mandir. And now she lives in Davis. It's actually a true kudos goes to the mother because she drives every week from Davis. And when Vedant started last year, about 75% of the classes she would text me from the parking lot saying that, I'm sorry, Gauri, he fell asleep in the car. I could not come inside. Because 3 o'clock is a very tricky time for the young students. So we've always had some trouble keeping them awake. But once they're here, they're great. But this year, Vedant has also bloomed into a beautiful student. He can sit through class, he can talk, he understands the human values, and he's going to be very much missed in pre-SSSE. But he's going to do very well in group 1, knowing that he has sat through the class, he's able to go through all of the necessary things that we need to graduate out of group pre-SSSE. So good luck to Vedant. I know if we will share the recording with Sister Nina, but good luck to Vedant and congratulations, Ruchita. You're getting 2 beautiful stars in your class. At this time, I would like to invite all my pre-SSSE students so that they can receive their portfolios. Pardu, Adya, okay, whoever is here, Smaran, Meghansh. Of course, one person who is obviously missing, who has the biggest stack, is Adya Kasturi, our Vijay and Harisha's daughter. She has the biggest, because she never misses any class. So we'll take a moment to distribute it to them. And Vika. Everybody got it. That's it, I think I got it. So congratulations. I will see you all again next year, okay? Right? Back in September. Yeah? Or August, sorry. August, yes. Okay, Sai Ram. Thank you so much. You can all go like this. Come.
Sister Gauri, just stay for a minute.
So Meghash is one who teaches me Telugu. I have a translator in class.
At this time, we would like to thank Sister Gauri and have Jero Auntie give her a token of appreciation.
All the students, please, just come up back 1 second.
I didn't know, sorry.
Yeah, I know.
PSSC students, please come over one more time.
Walk on the other side.
Adya, Adya, come here. Thank you everyone.
Now we can come.
Moving on to Group 1. Group 1 has been blessed this year to learn about purity, about watching our words, actions, thoughts, character, heart, and all those good things. And Sister Ruchita and Sister Sarita have been honored by teaching this class, and I would like to call both of them so we can honor our graduates.
Om Shri Sai Ram. My humble pranams at the lotus feet of Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba, our guide, well-wisher and charioteer. Sai Ram, good afternoon everyone. Hope everyone is doing fine. Yeah, can't believe like it's already graduation day. Year went by so quick, accompanying Sister Ruchita and all these cute little group 1 kids. I would like to share a few things about the class, what we have learned. But first and foremost, my sincere thanks to Swami for giving me opportunity to learn a lot about Swami and accompanying these wonderful kids. These kids are so cute and pure, loving. And you guys know their cuteness, how they perform in monthly Ashtotarams. Yeah, so first and foremost, I would like to share, we learned every week about Swami. So many things like his childhood, how he stands for truth and righteousness, yeah, so on and so forth. Yeah, second, I would like to share, Swami demonstrated about how to give away the bad habit. We don't have to roll the paper in the same direction, roll it opposite direction to make it straight. The same way, to give away the bad habit, instead of working on the bad habit, develop a good habit, which eventually fades away the bad habit. So that's the other layer, the other thing we loved, and we maintained habit tracker, gratitude journal, and everything along with the kids. So the other thing I would like to share, as Mona said, the watch. So I would like to keep this watch around me, so which always reminds me, watch the words, actions, thoughts, character and heart. Yeah, these are the things I would like to share. We learned in group 1, and we pass to Sister Ruchita now.
Saidam. So as Sarita was saying, we learned about watch this year. The kids are in group 1 for 3 years, first, second, and third grade. So for 1 year we focus on unity, 1 year purity, and 1 year divinity. This was our purity year. And Swami gives us watch as a tool for purifying our thoughts, words, and actions. So I wanted to share this beautiful quote from Swami from a discourse to teachers. Swami says, the name watch has 5 letters. The mantra that leads the sadhaka to God, Namah Shivaya, has 5 syllables. Watch is as much a Panchakshari mantra as Namah Shivaya, and if meditated upon, is as meaningful and momentous. So with Swami's blessings, we fastened this beautiful mantra around our wrists this year. We studied watch all year long. The kids did such a good job. I wanted to just, maybe at the end we can recognize all of the group 1 kids who are here today. We had such a wonderful group. And our 4 graduates this year are our oldest, very mature students. They will, actually, could we start? We'll call up first Sanjana. Sanjana is always very prepared.
Sanjana is very sincere, she is quiet, she has to come all the way from Davis, thanks to parents for getting her from so long. she leads the bhajans. And she raised the hands only when she knew the answer. Yeah, good luck, Sanjana. You will be going to group 3.
I've known Sanjana since she was 3 years old, and it's been such a blessing and such a joy to have her here in the SSE class. I hope you all have heard her angelic voice, such a beautiful bhajan singer. And she's also such a good student, so kind, and she's the kind of person who leads by example, so respectful to everybody. And I want to recognize her parents, Vijita and Natraj, who I'm grateful to them for trusting us and sending her to class, and for raising her and her sister Samyukta to just be such kind, respectful people. I really enjoy having them here. Congratulations. Group 2, I think she can stay up here? Sure. Okay. Scoot. Okay. And next we'll call Tashvika.
Tashvika is very active and she always engaged in the class. Her answers are like so profound. She is like one of the regular attendees to the class. She leads bhajans, she is very kind to other kids. She helps like in the artwork and whenever if they need help. Yeah, thank you Tashvika for being in our class. You'll be going to group 2, congrats.
If there were an AP SSSE class, I would recommend Tashvika. She is such a good student in all the regular ways of attending class regularly and listening and participating. But she's also such a good student in the really, really important way. She really thinks about what we talk about. She reflects on it and she puts it into practice, which is, I think, a rare and really amazing, wonderful thing. So we are so proud of you and so glad that we got to have you in class. Group 2, again, so lucky to have this wonderful student. And I want to recognize Tashvika's parents too, who you've seen Tashvika and her brother Prem, and they are just such good kids, respectful and hardworking and kind to everybody. Next, we'd like to call Mukunda and Murari. And this is a good test to make sure I get the right certificate. Kunda?
Yeah, Mukunda and Murari, twin brothers. They are very well behaved in the class. I am always confused between who is Mukunda and Murari. And I got used to now, but they are leaving the class. Yeah, congratulations, Mukunda and Murari. Good luck for your group 2.
Mukunda and Murari started class when it was completely on Zoom. So for the whole first year, I saw them only on the screen, and I think it's a testament to their commitment that they stuck through not only that whole year on Zoom, but they came and attended in person for the last 2 years. They not only have participated in class, but they were active participants in the birthday play for Swami's birthday this year. They were acting as little Satya and his friends. They did such a good job and showed up on time every time. So again, their commitment. And in class, they've been just really such good leaders for the boys in class. I really appreciated them. When I asked them to take some leadership role and lead a game or an activity, they did it wholeheartedly. So I appreciate them. I'm gonna miss you both next year. And I know you'll do great in group 2. And I'd like to recognize their parents also, who've brought them so regularly and who've taught them obviously so well. You're such good kids. Saida, congratulations. Can we have all the group 1 kids? We have a good group here today. while they're coming, if I could just so thank Sarita for just all her help with teaching Group 1 and being there every week. We have a big group with lots of energy and lots of ideas and lots of contributions. So having Sarita there makes all the difference. Thank you, Sarita. Thank you so much.
Everyone look here. 3, 2, 1, Sarah.
Thank you, Group 1. Thank you, Ruchita and Sarita. Alright, moving on, Sairam, to Group 2. I would like to call upon Sister Rohini. Group 2 has been learning the meaning of Swami's Ashtotram this year, and I'd like Sister Rohini to share.
My humble pranams at the lotus feet of my beloved Guru, Swami. Thank you, Swami, first of all. A great thank you for choosing me to be the teacher, one of the teacher, and guiding me all through my journey as a teacher. Thank you. Sairam. So, who are my graduating students? I hope they remember. Please come on. Please. So usually till now what we used to have is like fourth and fifth as one group and sixth graders as one. Fourth and fifth graders were used to led by Brother Chandar and Sister Kiranmay. Thanks to you both for leading that. Although you, do you okay. Okay. So I used to lead as sixth graders. So group 2 used to be the 2 SSE groups, but this year we have combined both the groups into one group. So we will have like 4th, 5th and 6th all in the group 2 class. So they started with topics like adoration, 1 year, and the other 2 years as selfless service, like 8 forms of, in adoration they have covered 8 forms of devotion, and then 9 forms of selfless service, right? Starting with service at home, service to self, service at home, service to the community, yeah, service to the nation, right? And what did we do, service to the nature?
I remember, like, I heard we planted a tree.
We went to the tree planting. We did, so the kids got an opportunity to go to the local community park and plant the trees over there. So they did the tree planting project. So I hope you all have enjoyed it a lot. And in this year we have focused on Swami's Ashtotras. We couldn't cover much, but we did only like 19 or less than that. But yeah, because we have so many other commitments, Swami's play, practice, other things. So, but yeah, a slow and steady is always good. So, with that, um I would like each, I know this is purely organic, you can tell we did not prepare at all for this one. So I will have each kid tell what they liked about SSC, and starting with Aishu. Aishu, we all know, since she moved into her mom's tummy, right Aishu? Uh, so most of us know she's a beautiful young girl, teen. Now you'll be soon teen, right? Yeah, she's going to seventh grade, and she's I mean, she's almost like 95% regular. All of the kids have 95% regular in the classes. So Aishu has a beautiful voice. She, even though I think that she doesn't listen in the class, but whenever a question is asked, she responds immediately. So which I really like about her, like, and she's always volunteering, she's always open for the volunteering. And all the kids in the group too, not only these four, all the kids in the group too, they help me with the folding of the blankets, they help me with the this partition, everything. Whenever I ask them who are my volunteers to help me, they immediately, everybody raises their hand. So this is very nice of them. So yeah, Aisha is a very beautiful girl with a beautiful voice. She sings excellent bhajans. She is she's very regular, and she remembers everything that is taught in the class. So Aisha, do you want to share anything that you like about SSC? Or you can share that you don't like also.
I liked listening to stories and more like hands-on stuff because it engages like my mind, and if someone is talking about something for too long, it gets really boring and I get distracted. So if I'm like occupied with something, then I won't get like bored. That's what I like.
Thank you, Aisha. Congratulations. You'll be going to group 3, Harita Auntie's class, and I'm sure you will enjoy very much. And next is Veda. She has joined recently. She's very new to SSC, SSSE. So she and her brother have both joined this year. So Veda, the days since she joined, she has been very regular, and she's good in art. She's a very artistic person, and she presented the Ashtotra. When I asked her whether do you like to present Ashtotra, she immediately said yes. And I mean, her promptness, I really appreciate that, because she's new to SSC program, but still she volunteers for every activity that is being conducted over here at the center. So Veda, do you want, I know it's not much to say, but you can say just one line or something.
Sairam. One thing I like SSC that I have stage fright, but I still like presented in front of like a lot of people for the Ashtotra, and I really like that. And I really like that about SSC. Thank you.
Thank you, Veda. So you will be going to group 3, and Harita Auntie is the teacher, so you will really love it. So next is Shreyas. Go ahead, Shreyas.
You got wonderful students.
I know, they are wonderful.
Salam everybody. One thing I really liked about SSC was the stories. There's always something new to learn in them. Me and Param were talking about it earlier, but Swami's Leelas, there's always a moral behind them. Swami's childhood, everything in his life is very interesting to learn. And thank you to Rohini Auntie and Kirmay Auntie for teaching me all of it. I'm very grateful to be here in group 2, and it's just, I don't have enough words to explain it. It's a wonderful experience. Thank you.
confident person. He's very confident child. He shows anything, whatever he answers, yes, auntie. My confidence goes down when he answers right with that confidence. So whatever it is, so he is very confident child, and he's always volunteering, and he's always helpful to the younger kids, because this group has fourth graders as well, and those are new to the group too. So they both, all of them, they help the younger kids in doing the things and in order to catch up. So one thing we do in group 2 is like, I know I don't send the notes to the parents as to what is happening in the class. So what they do is they write what is happening in their notebooks. So each Ashtotra is written in the notebook, and the meaning of it is also written in the notebook. So it's the younger kids who are a little slow in writing, and also these kids, they do help them in catching up with whatever is done in the class, and they do help them. So, and Shreyas is one of the kids, and he helps me with the partitioning thing, setting up everything, and winding up everything. So, nice kid, very helpful, very kind, and very responsible kid. Thank you, Shreyas. Preran, not Badali. Yeah. So thank you, Preran, for because Preran has joined last year in month of March, I think, right, Preran? Yeah. He has joined in the month of March, but he has shown he doesn't look like a 6th grader or middle schooler or anything. He's a very, very responsible child. He's a very good behaved. His behavior is excellent. He follows through the class, whatever is taught in the class, and he remembers each and every point that is taught, and whenever a question is asked, he promptly answers them, and with the manners. He raises his hand. He's very well mannered, very well behaved, and can't talk enough about you, Preran. So thank you for being, all of you, thank you for being in my class, and it has been a pleasure working with all of you, and I hope, and may Swami bless you with all these wonderful years of SSC ahead of you. Thank you very much.
I just want to say that SSC has been my favorite class, even my favorite class out of all the programs, even in middle school. One thing I like about SSC is the meditation, so it helps you calm down. Everything gets you ready to focus for the class. So yeah, I'd say thank you for the meditation, and thank you for all the SSC organizers, all the teachers who helped organize for the SSC classes and taught us students. So thank you.
These kids should be teachers, they're not
Yeah,
students.
exactly. Right? We are lucky to have these kids, right, in our class.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, thank you for being our students actually. And we wish you all the best.
Can we have all the group 2 students who are here? Come over and Jiru and please.
Yeah, that's my.
Thank you. Thank you, Bittu. Thank you, Sairam. And now coming to group 3, our dear sister Harita and sister Kiranmai who are teaching this class, and group 3 is mainly focusing on different faiths, religions, and this year they have studied Zoroastrianism, Buddhism, and Jainism. So let's wait for sisters. And in the meantime, group 3 students, they can line up here, especially the graduating ones. Boys, go on that side, please. Sai Ram. I offer my most humble pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Swami. Thank you, Swami, for everything. Sai Ram, dear elders, brothers, sisters, and loving children. I really thank Swami for another wonderful or a blissful year of SSSE. When I say I really thank you, as I go forward in my speech, you will know what the thank you means. So, as Sister Mona said, Group 3 focuses on world religions, which mainly focuses on world religions because it helps us understand the connection between the truth which is common to all the faiths, and also develop our individual connection with our faith, which not only promotes ethical living but also helps them live in peace and harmony down the line. It also helps them bring an awareness with different cultures, right? And also respect the different beliefs and the faiths. Now, if usually, I know if some of you know, I came into Swami's fold only through SSSE, through my son. And whenever I have any kind of, presentation or anything, I'm so used to discussing with him. I talk to him. And if I give a speech to him, he listens very carefully. And as always, this year also when I did, he's like, "Did you use ChatGPT?" he said. And I am like, kind of, in some places. So for the younger ones who really want to understand, after Auntie mentioned all these words of promoting, culture and all that, if you want to really understand what Group 3 does is, we all know that Alexa, Google Assistants, all are around us, right? But if you want that to answer to you, what should you say? Hey Alexa, right? Or you have to say, hey Google. So all that Group 3 does is, it teaches them how to call the name of the God. And it also explains how for ages people have been calling and how God has answered in simple words. Even though everything is there, that first step we have to take to call. Right? So yeah, this year we have focused on the very ancient religions that have originated in the Indian subcontinent, Zoroastrianism, Buddhism, and Jainism. So through Zoroastrianism, we have learned that we should never let down the fire of right action and the unity of thought, word, and deed. And through Buddhism, I know we have spent several weeks on understanding the 4 noble truths. Children were like, yes, Auntie, we know suffering is inevitable. Because as it is, they are in middle school, they are going through so much of suffering with so many activities. They're like, we know. So we spent so many weeks on the 4 noble truths and then the 8-fold path. And I think we hardly got to spend time on Jainism because this year has been pretty busy. You have been listening to the teachers with all the presentations, skits. Birthday skit was like outstanding, right? I'm sure you all will agree with that. So we could not get to spend much time in Jainism, but to me personally, it was a great learning experience, that heights of non-violence. I thought, how much of non-violence can be practiced through Jainism? That was a learning experience for us. And at the end of every religion, we try to visit to their worship place. And this year we got to go to the fire temple, thanks to Jayu Auntie. We have plans to go to the Buddhist monastery and Jain temple, hopefully in summer, Swami wills. So why I said a special thank you is, this year in our class, Group 3, we had we started off with 16, but we were like about 12 to 13, very regular, out of which only 4 girls and most of them were boys. And the biggest challenge was the meditation. You have listened to all the wonderful things everybody kept telling, or in a nutshell, what Group 3 does is to hold on to what they said. That's what we make sure the children are still able to meditate and do all the wonderful helping service and all that. That's what Group 3 does. So during meditation time, for me it was a personal sadhana because I used to close my eyes and hold on tightly to Swami's feet, asking Swami, please help these boys meditate. So it was so much. The girls used to wonder sometimes, why can't they meditate? So yeah, I am sure by the end of the year, they were able to stay focused and meditate. And I personally would like to thank my co-teacher, Sister Kiranmai.
So, Sairam everyone. My humble pranams to our beloved loving Swami. I would like to thank Swami to even identify me as a guru. Being here itself is an honor because it's without his will you can't take this role, be his instrument. So thank you very much, Swami, and thank you to all the parents. For teaching, spending time with your kids for 1 hour. It means a lot. So for me, SSE is, I would selfishly say, a learning for myself because it always keeps me in the state of be aware, always. Whenever I do something that reminds me you are teaching the children, so think twice before you say, you act, you do, right? Like thoughts, words, and deeds. Every time it stops me, I change a lot as a person. So thank you to the children and the parents. So it's been a great experience. We'll miss all the kids that are going to the next groups, but then very happy to see them grow.
Yeah, we would like to thank Swami and all the parents and the children for giving us this opportunity. And another small incident, like Swami always shows his sign that he's taking care of the class. It's not us, we are just the instruments. When we were learning so much about dharma and right action while doing Zoroastrianism, Swami kindly sent us, we were thinking of writing one good action in a journal. At that time, he sent us diaries to us all the way from Dharma Kshetra, which is Bombay. And it was such a coincidence. So Swami, thank you again for showing that it's you who is leading the class. And also Sister Kiranmai was telling, like we were discussing about what we did last year, because I think for Sister Kiranmai, graduation ceremony was kind of new to her over here. So we were discussing and we told about how we said the whole idea of how to take the name of the Lord. And last time, if some of you were there, we said we were discussing in the last class, and when we came out, the same topic was being discussed in the study circle. And Kiranmai was like, yeah, what is that verse? And we said the verse in Telugu goes like this: Enta matramu yavaru talchina anta matrame neevu. So whatever you think of God, that much He is to you, right? So then Kiranmai, she says that she has a habit of listening to Radio Sai every day. And it turns out that that day after talking to me, when she was listening, she came across the same verse. And she was like, you know what, Harita, I do understand there's so much of AI around us. Maybe it's YouTube or something I could think, but this is Radio Sai, So yeah, Swami, again, you're showing us that it's you and you. So coming to the graduation, we congratulate all the graduating students. And this year we have 1 girl and 4 boys graduating. So first we call upon Anirudh Satya Katta. Anirudh comes from a family of Sai devotees. Anirudh's mom is right beside me. He has joined us in Group 3 and he's very regular to class. Even though he joined late, he made his own group of friends. And you know why the class is so active. Yeah. So one thing I appreciate about Anirudh is he speaks very softly. He does not speak much in the class, but if he asks any question or reasoning, it's very profound. It shows that how deep thinking he has. And he puts every effort for bhajan. I know Brother Chandra helped us a couple of times with having Anirudh practice for the bhajans. He had a challenge with the Shruti, but he makes every effort. He never lets it go. He wants to even offer the toughest bhajan. Sometimes we have to tell him, I think this is kind of challenging, but he'll tell, no auntie, I will try it, I will do it. And yeah, he makes every effort. So Anirudh, continue all the good work you are doing, and if you continue it, you will live up to your name, which means unbeatable and invincible. Anirudh. Congratulations, Kanna. All the best with Group 4. Next, we have Harish Anand.
Harish, Sairam Harish. So Harish has been in SSC, I think, from when he was a baby.
Yep. Yeah.
Right, and he has grown up to be a very humble, very compassionate, and a very responsible person. And we all loved him in the class. He's a very good orator, and of course we all know that he is one of our best musicians who plays tabla and offers for the bhajans. So these kids are all blessed, you know. It's all with Swami's permission all this happens, and thank you so much, Harish. He is also a good orator, a very busy basketball player and a volleyball player. So amongst all these busy schedules, he never forgets to communicate if he is going to miss a class, if he has a conflict, he makes sure that we are communicated. And thanks for being responsible for that, Harish. So we all will miss you, but then congratulations and do the very best for your future and the upcoming Group 4.
Next, we call upon Niharika Nallamalli. Niharika is very kind and compassionate, and she has also had been traveling with us for a long time, since pre-SSC, right, Niharika? If I know. And she was with me pretty much, I think Harish also, in Group 2 and Group 3. They have traveled along with Harita auntie, and I really enjoyed having them in my class. And I have so many things to tell about Niharika, because she is a very consistent student and she demonstrates excellent discipline, because whatever you ask, she never says no. She's always ready. Like Swami says, right, you take one step towards me, I will take 100 steps towards you, right? She's the perfect example for that one step. Even in the middle of the exams, anything, any presentation, she says, auntie, I can just prepare the outline of the PowerPoint and I can assign it to some other. And she's a good team leader. She makes sure she involves everybody. She calls everybody on prompt. And I especially would like to thank their family for, I think the whole family participated in Project Love. They made so many cards. Maybe close to 100 probably. A lot of cards. So, she has very good leadership skills. I myself learn from her the way she responds to things and all. Very, very impressive. I'm going to really miss you, Niharika. And one more thing I wanted to tell about you. Oh yeah, we have a student who was in charge of the Project Love, and he's going to be graduating. So going forward, Niharika is going to take lead of the project. Congratulations, Niharika. Yeah.
Just something to add. I think out of we sent more than 500 cards. Of those, about 40% came just from her.
Oh my God. Yes, big applause.
We sent this to Concord Center, all of her cards. So very much thank you for being German. You really helped the project a lot.
We're going to miss you, Niharika, and I'm sure you're going to have a good time in Group 4.
Could you repeat what he said? We couldn't hear.
Oh, sorry. So, yeah, Surya, please go ahead.
So I took the project back in last January, and from then I've been doing it. So since that time, we sent in about 500 cards or so to the organization Girls Love Mail. And since we started, Niharika has contributed about 40% of those cards by herself. And on top of that, we expanded to the Concord Center, and they're sending in cards as well. And the whole presentation I made, I used her cards as a template of what to do and what not to do. So from me and Jarawanti, thank you a lot for all you've done.
Yes, I do also take some of her cards as sample. You know, sometimes you run out of thoughts or run out of ideas. She's a great artist. I try to, kind of make a copy of her cards, and thank you for helping with that, Niharika.
Thank you so much also because on the first day of group 1, you teach the class. Yes.
Oh, wow. Yes, I know. This is a reminder, this was also in one of my points. Niharika, I really can't wait to see you grow into a young adult and probably even come back as an SSE teacher down the line. Yeah, thank you for reminding that, yeah.
And all the thank you cards for the teachers, she was instrumental in doing it to us. So thank you.
All right, next, his name means eye of the truth, but he doesn't, and later on he grew up to be the heartbeat of the bhajans. So he doesn't need introduction. Can anybody guess who is it? Yes, Satyam Kanugula.
Yeah, like Auntie was saying and like Harika was saying, he is the heartbeat of all the bhajans that are happening with his Kanjira. He makes the magic, and the energy that flows is, simply awesome. So Satyam again has been in SSE from when he was a baby, and he grew up into a very loving, humble, and respectful young adult now going into the group 4. And one highlight for him from when we started the home bhajans, there was a lot of demand for Satyam. Right? And we need a big round of applause for the commitment he has made. He never misses it on a Friday evening. Imagine a kid in high school on a Friday evening, he makes sure he goes and offers his Kanjira to Swami. So thank you. And he never steps back in participating in any of the skits or plays that happen. He's never tired of saying that, oh, okay, I can't come today. He makes it his duty and responsibility. So that's really great. Satyam, thank you so much.
Yeah.
We love you and we'll miss you.
Yeah, Satyank, I know you since you are in your mom's tummy. He's in size 4 from childhood, but I think he joined SSE in group 2? Group 1. So congratulations, Satyank, and we will surely miss you. Yeah.
They aren't going anywhere. You're not missing them. They'll be in group.
No, I'm going to miss them in my class. Remember my sadhana with
You
Swami?
don't know what we miss.
He doesn't miss the bhajans, but I've never seen him miss a single beat. Single beat, he's never missed it.
That's why he's the heartbeat.
Next, we have very famous gardener and the gang leader, Sankalp Imadi Shetty. Sankalp is highly energetic. He's highly energetic and is very mature. He thinks way ahead. And he is a true test to my class because if I have made Sankalp involved in the class, that means I have made the best lesson plan. If Sankalp is bored, means I am doing too much of lecture. I know that, okay, Sankalp was not, active in the class today. It means like something is wrong. So we can use him for our lesson plans. Yeah, Sankalp, we could use him. Like I said, he's into a lot of other activities. He's a super busy kid, and I really wish you all the best, Sankalp. Sometimes the way you feel like he's not listening in the class, but suddenly he answers or he questions, and they are very deep, the questions that he asked. I think all that is because sometimes all these kids are so talented. They have so much going on. Maybe sometimes we are not able to meet to their standards is what I feel. So I really ask Swami for help to keep us also in par with their intellect. Yeah. So thank you, Sankalp, and keep up with all the wonderful things you're doing. And And with all the busy things you do, and I hope you'll really find time for Swami and you'll continue with SSE. Actually, he promised that next, once he comes to group 4, because he, like I said, is into so many activities, right? So in group 4, I think it's 50% in person and 50% online. So I'm sure you will continue, and I can't wait to see you graduate from SSE too. Yeah, and finally, we would like to thank all the parents for keeping up with all our messages, so many WhatsApp messages we keep sending, especially for practices, and so many polls for the field trips. Thank you so much. We appreciate. Thank you, Saira. Can we have all other group 3 students join the stage as well? If there are any over here, yes. Come, Jayu auntie, can you please come too? Thank you. And last but not the least, we are here for group 4 now, and I would like to call upon brothers Chandra and Ratish to come over and hand over the graduation for our group 4 student.
Okay. Okay, Sairam. As I say every year, I don't know if you guys remember what I say every year. No? Okay, thankfully, okay. I say this is the real graduation, by the way. Group 4, that you probably should remember. Every other thing is, yeah, graduation, but this is the true graduation.
Promotion.
Okay, that's right. I was just wondering, all the teachers came up and they were like, oh, this is what we covered this year in group 4. So I was thinking, who's here from group 4 other than Surya? We have 2 kids.
Srija.
Srija and Shreya, unfortunately. That's what they're thinking in their heads. Because the reason I say that is I'm going to ask them today what was covered in group 4, rather than me talk about it. Okay. Somebody pass the mic to them, or come up and share a few words. Is that? Well, I'm afraid. That's why I'm asking these guys. No, because he's got I'm sure he knows. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well, we finished off the 4 Fs from last year.
What are the 4 Fs? Wait, what are the 4 Fs?
Follow the master,
Face the devil.
fight till the end,
Finish the game.
Okay, that's good. Then?
and then we started the 5 Ds.
And for those of you who are wondering why everybody clapped, we did the 4 Fs for 1 year.
Just 1 year?
Just 1 year. Okay, more than a year. Let's not get too caught up. Okay, what is this then? We started What was the second?
Started the 5Ds.
What is the 5Ds?
Dedication, devotion, discipline, determination, discrimination.
Okay, good. Thank God.
I'm graduating from no one.
Not yet, but this is very important because, and the thing, and I think I've touched upon this as well, group 4 is not about really, what I would say, teaching them stuff, right? Because I think through groups, pre-SSE 1, 2, and 3, as you can see, right, I think the foundation has been laid out really, really good. Especially, the topics are very unique. I mean, I wish, honestly, I could go and be part of these groups. Because especially, Ruchita, you're talking about unity, purity, divinity, and all the religions. I'm pretty sure I don't know or have enough information as much as some of these kids, right, that they go through this curriculum. So group 4 is all about setting a safe space, right, for them to talk about anything. Because there are times we talk about, I think, BLM. I think once we spoke about that. We spoke about what's happening today in the current world, In fact, another couple of things that we spoke this year was the difference between sympathy, empathy, and compassion. We saw a lot happening in the world, and I want all of us, because I think even all of us struggle as adults. What do they mean? To transcend from just being sympathetic to being empathy and actually show compassion, which is more in action. And I think, and for those who are thinking, this is nothing about memorizing stuff. It's nothing to do with that. In fact, I encourage kids to go look at ChatGPT. I give them a definition and I say, go look at ChatGPT. Google this definition while they're in class, and then we talk about it. Right? So it's nothing to do with memorizing anything. And again, the idea is to create that, like I said, a safe space for them to talk about anything and everything. I know Harini is here as well, right? One of these days, Harini, I'm going to have to ask you to come to class and talk about how all of this has been really useful, right? And how you, especially in a college dorm situation, okay? I know I didn't start off by saying Om Shri Sai Ram, sorry. Om Shri Sai Ram, my most humble pronounce at the lotus feet of my most beloved. Because that's what I think over a period Swami has become. It's not Guru, this, that, but he is my most beloved everything. Spiritual, Swami says this, right? Spiritual education is not a distinct and a separate discipline. That's very important. It's not a Sunday class. Because when you have to explain it to mostly Western civilization, even at work, I tell them, I'm a Sunday class teacher. Then I think myself, that's really not true, because we are learning throughout. So, spiritual education is not a distinct and a separate discipline. It's part and parcel of all types and levels of education. In fact, it is the very foundation on which the lasting edifice can be built. And this is Swami's quote on 25th of July 1975. And I think I'd really, as everybody says, really like to thank the kids, because there's a lot of pressure on these high school kids. So for them to show up, and that's why this class is virtual, right? It is a Zoom class on a Sunday morning at 10:45. And we usually go till about 12, but most days we are, I think, maybe 12:15, 12:30. So, and it depends on the engagement level of the student. And in many cases, actually, I just force them to stay a little longer. And I know they have, with all these added pressures and so on, it gets very challenging. And let's talk about Surya. For all of you who know, I think we've known Surya since he was a small baby, right? And when I was thinking of, just like I think most other kids, we spoke about how kids are so musical, right? They're so service oriented, which you saw that he was leading this project. That's the beauty, I think, of being in the Sai Center, right? Most of these kids have actually literally grown here, right? They were here day in and day out. And I do remember those days when, when Shekharji was taking Veda class, and he used to be kind of the center, he and Harini, right? And there was a time when Shekharji said, hey, I was in Canada, and somebody asked me, who is this Surya? that you keep talking to in class. We want to meet him because they thought that this guy was, like I think it was like 14, 15 or something. And then uncle had to go tell them, no, he's like a 6-year-old in class. So he was a mini celebrity, you could say, right, at that time during the Veda class times. And then we also, he's got a beautiful voice. We all know that. At least when you were younger, you had. He doesn't, yeah, right? And remember those bhajans he used to sing really high notes on, right? Chandrasekharaya Namo was one of those. I don't know if you guys remember anything else.
Oh Lord, take my love.
I was going to come to that actually. I have that. The beauty is, he used to sing that, oh Lord, take my love, especially those other lines that goes really high. Now I have to really plead with each of these kids and especially Sai Surya because that is the prayer we do in the class. Now I have to plead, Surya, can you please? And now it's not even chanted, it's sometimes whispered. I don't know why. But that's the extreme we've gone to. And I know that we do this class every Sunday because I think years back we used to do it every alternate Sunday. Then, as you know, it creates more confusion. Oh, are we having class this Sunday? I thought we had class last Sunday. Maybe we don't have to have class. It's just like it was getting too much. So we said, you know what, stop. You're going to have class every Sunday. And that is when you realize everybody has a lot more commitments now, all of a sudden, right? And you will see all these volleyball matches popping up, right? There are days when you show up, there is volleyball match, then there's the cello, and then I know them so much, right, the family, and I realize that, hey, there's really no cello going on, but he decided to practice cello. So, so this is becoming more like a roast. That's because we know him, right? The only thing I'm gonna say about Surya is, all of these kids here have such potential, right? And they are rooted in the value system. So for us to teach value system to them as fundamentals, I don't need to teach them. That's the beauty of it, right? We have a lot to learn from them. It's all about practical application of these value systems using case studies. But even that, to a large extent, I think fails because you can have a specific predetermined response that will elicit, the right response. But that's why there's a lot more discussion, and I encourage, kids to play devil's advocate. And, I can tell the engagement level sometimes is through the roof, and I know, I'm looking at Shreya. The one thing I can assure you in group 4, as compared to group 3 is, although we are on Zoom, you're going to be unmuted, right? You will have an opinion, and your opinion is not going to be, I don't know. That's not an opinion, right? And it's not going to be, I agree. That's not an opinion. If you agree, you need to expound on why, what, right? And so on, and go into the details, even if it is diametrically opposite, right, to what everybody else thinks. That is the most important thing that would happen in group 4. Again, for Surya, I just go back to the potential thing. Sometimes he seems like he's disinterested. He seems like he's not engaged enough. So that is one thing I want to make sure, right, that live up to your potential, not anybody else's potential. That is very important, right? Wherever you go, I think be engaged in Swami's activities, whether directly or indirectly. Do the service, right? Be part of the younger team, right? Wherever you go. And be that beacon, right, of doing the right thing, not be with the group, right? Have the strength, because you have the first F. Remember the first F. First F is there with all of us, right? Just remember that. Like I said, I want to go back and say, I want you to contemplate, understand, commit wholeheartedly, work, and live up to your potential and then some. That is going to be my wish for you. I just would like to end with Swami's quote or message. The student today has to cultivate in this Kali age 9 gem-like qualities. The spirit of sacrifice, humility, the spirit of selfless service to society, friendliness, discipline, adherence to truth, love, non-violence, and faith in God. The boys and girls who have these qualities alone will be the nation's treasure of virtue and ensure its future. This is Swami's quote. I know Harisha is not here, so she sent me a message that I'm going to read out. Dear Surya, congratulations on reaching the significant milestone, and I'm truly honored to be part of your SSSE journey. Today marks the culmination of years of hard work, dedication, and discipline that you have demonstrated and exemplified through your SSSE years. And above all, shows your absolute love and devotion to live by Swami's values and be deserving of the Sai student title. Okay, that's very important. Swami saying Sai student is very important. Sai Surya, in quotes, is Sai's true ray of hope. Again, this is a very, very, very good statement, right? And it's, and bravo, she says that you didn't procrastinate on this part. And there is a ROFL emoji. As you step into the next chapter of your life, I'm convinced that you will be taking in all the values and skills that you've developed wherever you go, and to spread this joy and love with everyone that you come across in your life. Embrace the future with confidence and curiosity. Always be willing to learn and grow, and continue to strive to contribute positively to the society with the same spirit, passion, and confidence. Inspiring all with your actions, and lead with empathy and with that big, bright smile on your face. You are a true leader where you let your actions speak louder than your words, and to be that calm in the chaos. The world needs more people like you, and thanks for setting that precedence for the rest of your group 4 cohort as well. I don't know if Sri Lanka will agree that more people need to. Once again, congratulations on your graduation. I'm incredibly proud of all that you have achieved and excited to witness all that you will accomplish. I will be rooting for your success and will be cheering the loudest for all your wins. Love and only love, dearest Sai Surya. Ratish.
Actually, I wanted to, while Surya is coming up, Javanti will probably agree with me that, whenever we had presentations, we always used to remember about Surya. He is an excellent orator. He's very good at presenting. And time and again, we would probably just pull him on the spot, probably the day off or the day before, and say, Surya, we just, we're doing this presentation. And more often than not, he would come up with his own words to actually, do the presentation. So he was, we're going to miss you, but whenever you come back, be sure to visit the center so that we can hear you.
Saram, everybody.
Can you come to the mic?
My humble pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Bhagavan Shri Satya Sai Baba. Sai Ram, everyone.
Sai Ram.
So I have a bit of a speech prepared today. It is a little bit long, so if you'll let me, I'll try to get through it as quick as possible, all right? Sai Ram, respected elders, teachers, brothers, and sisters. Today is a day of celebration. Celebration of the victories, the struggles, and the passions of our students through the introspective SSSE program. Of equal importance, however, is our journey to get here. Our journey through the Sai Spiritual Education Program has been transformative, enriching, and quite meaningful. It has shaped our understanding of the world and modeled our character, spirit, and purpose. As I pass on the torch to the next generation of graduates today, I wish to share with everyone parts of my journey to not only celebrate those who have guided me tirelessly to this new beginning, but also in the hopes that those graduating after me may use these memories to reflect on their past and understand their journey. Let's start with my time in pre-SSE. The DNIT's class was truly a delight. I still remember all the times me and Harini and Swati sat down, played games, or shook our arms and legs to get all the wiggles out. However, unlike a traditional SSE class, this was more than just a simple daycare. It was the spark that lit the flame of my spiritual journey. If not for Diana Auntie's intricate weaving of Swami's quotes onto the words which we colored on, and the 5 UN values in our weekly novel readings, or the sharing and caring of our little light during our stretching activities, I wouldn't have come back week after week. Looking back now, I know whether I leave this city, grow old and find new friends, or maybe not, as some might say, or discover new activities to push myself in, these values will always make up the backbone of who I am. For this, I thank you, Diana Auntie. Now moving on to group 1, Swami once said, if you take 1 step towards me, I will take 100 steps towards you. And for Haimanti and Jeruanti, this idea was what they saw as the most important to impart in us. Week after week, they ensured that they had a new story for us, which emphasized this idea of walking towards Swami. One story I vividly remember was the one of the lazy grasshopper and the hardworking ants. Being an avid procrastinator, as many of you know, this story has been a source of motivation for me to work harder sometimes and take a step so that Swami may take 100 steps towards me and I can finish the job I am doing. As time passed, Haimanti and Jeruanti also showcased to us the power of acting and how it could share the messages we had learned while allowing us to develop life and spiritual skills. They supported us in performing plays like Rama's Story, where I played Hanuman, and my mother was constantly nagging me to pull down my kurta instead of pulling it up. So for this, I thank you, Haimanti and Jeruanti, for instilling us the message of walking towards Swami and never doubting our abilities. Now moving on to group 2, this was where the class felt less like a class and more like a Discovery Channel DIY show that Swami would hold. Every week, Haritanti embodied Swami's quote, "What the head thinks must be examined by the heart and then put into action by the hands." For every lesson, she had a project that kept us engaged for the allotted hour and then some. I always remember how she would walk in with a big smile and an equally big box of supplies every week, which contained a tasty snack at the bottom that we would not fail to finish. I always hoped it was her 10 out of 10 banana bread, but sometimes it was something else and I wasn't sad. Through these lessons, Haritanti instilled in us a passion for creativity while also teaching us how to examine Swami's teachings and internalize them before putting them into practice in our lives. One project I remember vividly was the 8 flowers of devotion, which we made into a pencil holder so that we would put into action what we were learning and constantly be reminded of what the flowers were and how to apply them in our lives. To this day, I still have that pencil holder, and I'm always trying to live by those values that Haritanti instilled in me. Around this same time, she also helped the entire center become involved in the Zoroastrianism play, which many of you might know if you've been here long enough. This was truly an eye-opening experience, and working in tandem with several SSE teachers and coordinators, she helped us all realize the new potentials we had for our ability to understand and present information, and as well as gaining key teamwork skills. For these reasons, I thank you, Auntie, for all you've done and all you've helped me become. Group 3 was more of a spin-off from the traditional SSE style. In Group 3, Vedant Uncle and Prithiyaka helped us understand Swami's quote on how education must broaden the vision to include the entire world and all of mankind. They completely shifted the dynamic of an SSE class, opting for a discussion-based environment where it wasn't just a simple Q&A or a lecture. Instead, this was a place where we could all talk freely and make a discussion based on whether to collaborate or reject ideas and work together to figure out the understanding of something. Because of Vedant Uncle and Prithiyaka, I was able to discover the ability to engage in group discussions and work amongst my peers to understand a concept about the human world better than I could have by myself. This in turn translated into my school life, where I picked up speech and debate, worked on robotics, both as a mentor and a participant, and did other projects with increased fervor as I now understood the idea of collaboration. For this, I thank you. You truly altered the course of my life, and I never would have explored these activities without your guidance. Last but not least, let's look to Group 4. From the time I played around Chandra Uncle's lap, I recognized his ability to cut through the fluff and find the practical and applicable meaning of everything, something I would later experience in his class. On our Zoom calls or in-person discussions, Chandra Uncle, Harishanti, and Ratish Uncle kept it real with the rest of us. Or and treated us like adults by asking what we wanted to talk about rather than what they wanted to talk about. They were able to tailor the classes to apply Swami's teachings to those principles and then allow us to practically apply them in our lives. In group 4, this was a prevalent theme: bend the body, mend the senses, and the mind. While we did spend almost 2 years on the 4 Fs, a haunting experience to say the least. I know that because it is a deep dive into topics like this, we as students were able to mature and understand topics like the idea of controlling our thoughts and differentiating our mind versus our consciousness, which we focused a lot on this year. In the end, I can say with 100% certainty that every single thing we talked about throughout my 12 years in SSE was a culmination for this class, as I was able to apply them in some way or another in my life. As such, I thank all 3 of you for what you did for me these past 3 years, from understanding my several, and I mean several absences, to helping me understand the role of Swami's teachings in my everyday life. Before I conclude, I would also like to take the time to appreciate others in the center for the impact they had on my life. First, Shaker Uncle for being an amazing Veda teacher. As many of you know, I've studied Vedas for the past 16, 17 years, and since then I've always sat in the front row and listened to what he has to say, as well as Dhiran Uncle and him for honing my musical abilities. Next, Gauri Auntie and Chandra Uncle for including me in all the service projects and all the plays without fail. Kotu Uncle, who always believed in my abilities, even if I stress him out by waiting till the last second to do something. Vijay Uncle for helping me, Jero Auntie, and all the other service projects run seamlessly and without any coordination by other people. He can run all of them by himself, and he helped us work with other centers as well, which is truly an amazing thing. And all the other SSI members for all your contributions to my life. Without you, I wouldn't be where I am today. Finally, I would also like to thank my parents from the bottom of my heart. If they hadn't brought me to SSI Center and brought me into this world 18 years ago, I wouldn't be the person I am today. For that, thank you. As I graduate today, I hope this speech has made a tiny impact on whoever heard it. As Swami says, the end of education is character, and I can say without a shadow of a doubt, the SSE program is the only place where you will find that education that is character. Sai Ram.
Sairam, Brother Ratish, Brother Chandra, please come to here. Hand over some thanks of appreciation.
Shreya and Srija, you can also join.
Okay.
Let's take a quick picture.